The beautiful Greenbrier Resort in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, an iconic location that people have flocked to since its opening in 1913. Plenty to do, plenty to see, especially this month. World Team Tennis Season 45, exclusively from the Greenbrier. And this morning, to kick things off indoors, it's the New York Empire taking on the Vegas Rollers. Well, it's a little bit of a flex for World Team Tennis. They are certainly prepared for just about anything, and as 2020 has taught us, you have to be. So an identical replication of the outdoor court at Creekside indoors in the event of inclement weather, and with some storms swirling around the Greenbrier Valley earlier today, the move was made and the decision made to come inside to start the day. We'll see how the weather plays out for the rest of the day, but convenience and timing is everything in the World Team Tennis season, so no delay to the start today because of some weather outside. Glad to have you with us here on ESPN Plus. I'm Nick Gismondi. All right, this is day number 12. We've had 11 previous, and yesterday was no different, a full day of action. Lots of excitement. Here's a look at the results from yesterday in World Team Tennis. 22-18, the Springfield Lasers getting off the shine and climbing themselves back up the standings after a lackluster start to the 2020 season. They defeated the Aviators. And then it was the Orlando Storm, who have been a very surprising team, and truthfully, for a lot of people, they're one of the dark horses in this tournament right now. A 22-16 victory over the Vegas Rollers, and then it was the Orange County Breakers struggling against the Washington Castles. Venus Williams made a late appearance, and Washington sits at 4-4 with a 25-11 victory. Here's the look at today's schedule. Of course, we'll start you off with the Empire and the Rollers. At 3 Eastern, the Orange County Breakers, who are 3-6, take on the dominant Philly Freedoms, who sit at 7-1, and then we'll close tonight off at 7 Eastern with the Washington Castles taking on the newest and 9th team to World Team Tennis, the Chicago Smash. And with that, let's take a look at the standings. The top 4 teams get in. The Philly Freedoms have been incredible. They're stacked. 7-1 right now to absolutely dominate the competition. 6-2 for the Chicago Smash. Orlando, Washington in the mix right now, but all those other teams still vying for that playoff spot. Again, as you see, the top 4 teams make the playoffs, and we're talking about a $500,000 payday to the team that comes away with the King Trophy. All right, without any further delay, let's get you topside to the 2. Giving this one a call today, it is Jeff Chisever, and how about this? Coco Vandeweghe in the booth. You guys have some fun up there.
Nice job, Gizmo. All set here for day 13. I'm Jeff Chisever, joined by a very special guest today, former top 10 player in the world, Grand Slam doubles champ, and current member of the Aviators, Coco Vandeweghe. And Coco, let's get right into some of these featured players for the Empire. Kim Clijsters, perhaps the story of the season so far. Second time coming out of retirement, and check out some of these results she's put up so far.
Personally, I'm so excited to see Kim back out of retirement. She was one of my childhood idols coming up, and to see her play and win in such authority, it's been amazing. And to play with a lead out here, Kim has been doing a great job in putting her team in an advantage.
Everyone's certainly rooting for Kim. And for Vegas, they've had a lot of inconsistency in the lineup with the women, battling a few injuries. We're going to see Monica Puig in the doubles today. The Rollers need her to get going if they want to make a push into playoff contention.
That's the best thing about World Team Tennis. You're seeing these players play in positions that they're normally not involved in. Monica doesn't play a lot of doubles, but here she is. She's trying to put some points on the board for her team, and that's what matters in World Team Tennis. Every point counts. You got to win every game as possible and see what the best lineup is.
All right, let's do it, Coco. Heavy playoff implications here. This first match on day 13. We're going to kick this match off with men's singles. It's going to be Jack Sock for New York and Sam Querrey for Vegas. It's the Empire and the Rollers. First ball is next.
Special treat to get us started today. You're about to see two of the hardest hitting servers in our game, two of the best forehands in our game. Can't wait to get us started tonight. Vegas and New York here to kick off day 13 of the 2020 season. As a reminder, each game is no ad scoring, but it's used as deciding point, and each team needs to win 5 games to win a set. 5 games will win you a set.
Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car insurance? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use promo code WTT to play free for thousands of dollars in prizes this season.
Just about to get underway here. Empire and the Vegas Rollers. Let's take a look at the Wilson lineups. Home team manager sets the order of play. That would be Tim Blanchard. And Coco, what do you think is going through his mind when he sets this order of play?
Tim has had a hard time. His team, especially on the women's side, has been very injured, so he's had to mix it up a lot. I'm really excited to see Puig and Isla play. That's going to be interesting to see if they can hold their own against Kleisters and Peshka. They're a great doubles team. Kim is solid as a rock, and we'll see if they can put any points on the board.
So we are going to finish with men's doubles, but we are going to start with men's singles. Another All-American affair. Jack socked Sam Querrey. It'll be Querrey to serve in the far court.
That's going to be something that's very dangerous. Sam Querrey's serve is lights out. He hits his spots very well, and it's hard to get your racket on the ball and get it in play.
These two players have played every game for their respective squads at men's singles, so a lot of consistency there, and these two have only met one time on tour. That was in the finals of Houston in 2015.
That was a great point construction by Sam. He had Jack moving side to side on the court, waited for his moment, really clear, hit his spot, and came forward into the net.
Both these players certainly want to dictate with their forehands. I said they've only played one time. Oh, we got a little Hawkeye Live malfunction. Maybe not. It's going to be 40-15. I said they've met one time, finals of Houston 2015. You want to take a guess who won that match?
Ooh, I think it was Sam, but I'm not sure. As you can see there in that service game, if Sam gets his first serve in, it's going to be hard for Jack to even get a sniff at a single point in that game.
So a ho-hum hole for Querrey, and the winner of that match was Jack Sock, 2015, finals of Houston. It was 7-6, 7-6.
Oh, geez. Lots of breaks, it sounds like.
Yeah, seriously. I think it was 12-10 and one of those breakers as well.
That was a good attempt by Sam. Jack's forehand kind of sits up. It's very spinny. If he doesn't get the depth on it, Sam should be able to step in and try to take a good rip. That was a good try to take that backhand early and take it down the line. Great depth on that return from Sam. He got Jack moving back and had an easy drop shot. Even though it wasn't the best, it was doable because of the depth he had on that first ball return.
Good hustle by Kim Kleisters there, playing ball girl. We played the majority of our matches outdoors, but both these teams have played indoors. Does the indoor setting favor one of these two players?
I think it definitely favors Jack. It's a lot slower here in the indoors. The court is a lot spongier, so it's going to take the spin a lot better than it'll take Sam's depth through the court.
So you're saying typically indoor tennis, it's fast, but you're saying the bounce is kind of high. Sock's got the big kick in the extreme western. That's going to help him with the high bounce.
The huge difference between these two players is how they move the ball. Jack is very spinny. You can see how he dictates with his forehand, how he serves. The MPH isn't big on his serve. I mean, he's in the hundreds, but as you can see with Querrey, even Taylor Fritz, they get into the 130s, almost 140s. It's just a different style of how they're executing their power.
117 out wide, and we love this fast-paced format here at World Team Tennis, equal gender representation. We play 5 sets of tennis. Sets are to 5, 9-point tiebreaker, 4 all. So sets are to 5. It's all about total amount of games, not sets. No ad scoring. Lets are in place. Substitutes are allowed. What are you vibing on the most here with these fun rules?
I actually enjoy the no ad scoring. I don't enjoy it so much on the WTA tour, but here I really enjoy it, having the advantage of being the returner and picking which side you want to see the serve on. It's really enjoyable, and it kind of sees who has the guts and the glory out there.
Yeah, the clutch moments come up quicker in World Team Tennis. Hawkeye Live making all the calls here. That ace right in the corner. Quick lead here for Sam. We usually see Sam Querrey in the hat. What do you make of that? You thought he left it in the room, maybe?
He might have left it in the room. He's definitely a Southern California boy who rocks the hat a ton, but we're indoors, so maybe the lights aren't a factor like the sun is out here.
That's a good point. And even if he did leave it in the room, I think everyone's cabin or hotel room is less than hundreds of yards away, so I'm pretty sure someone could retrieve it. I'm sure he's going with a no-hat look today. 3 game points here in the 3rd game. Getting up in the radar gun, high 120s. Fastest serve I've seen so far is Taylor Fritz, 144. What have you gotten yours up to so far, Coco?
Here, I've actually seen myself at 118. I definitely can clock it a little harder than that, but I like to see a cheat on the radar gun for me, so I could be up in the 130s. That'd be nice. The movement on Jack's serve is just a different animal. I've tried to return it a few times. It just jumps so quickly that even if you think you read the toss and how he's contacting the serve, you're not there to actually get a handle on it, as you can see from that mishit return. Sam had his racket on the ball, but he couldn't get an actual good rip at it.
.133 on that miss.
Going for a little bit of a quick ace there.
Perfect segue to my next question. Letzer in play. Do you like that?
I don't.
Come
I don't like
on.
it. It's such chance, and it's mainly because I haven't had it go my way, but that's why I'm a little bit biased.
Fine. Oh, a little Gael Monfils, I should say, with the jumping overhead. Little showboat right there. We got 4 games and 4 holds of serve. Check it, that look on that spike. Back here, second half men's singles.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
The Wolfpack's on this.
Here they come.
Fires, baby!
Empire and the Rollers, first of 5 sets, men's singles. We're at 2-all. Sam Querrey, Jack Sock, both have huge serves. Take a look at these numbers. That's a pretty good list to be a part of if you're Sam.
Definitely. It's how Sam wins a lot of his matches. He follows everything up behind his first serve. His first serve percentage is up high, and he's hitting his spots. He's going to be winning a lot and be in front. Case in point, right there.
Also, Sam Querrey has the record for most consecutive aces in a row in one match. We'll get your guess at that number after this point. Maybe another ace here. Oh, Sam, let's go. What do you think? What's the most he's had in a row?
I think it was 8, and I believe it was against James Blake.
It was against James Blake, but the answer is 10. You're 0 for 2 so far on our trivia.
I get a half point for that James Blake call out.
That's a good call. You do.
A little bit of a mishit from Sam there, but it made Jack move forward, and Jack was not ready to move forward to get up to that ball to be able to get up and down to make that down in line.
One of the most impressive things about his serve is the spots. It's not that he has a favorite serve. I don't think he really hits them all well.
That's what I was taught when I was serving. It was hit your spots well. The pace of it comes with it. Everyone can hit the pace a little bit different, but if you're hitting your spots well and getting good movement on the serve, no one's going to touch it, whether you're hitting it in the 90s or in the 123 like Sam just did.
Take a look at the numbers matchup between these two with the universal tennis rating. Sam Querrey with the slight edge. No surprises there, probably.
Yeah, Jack had a horrible year. I believe it was 2018. His ranking dropped from top 10 in the world all the way to no ranking. So Jack is trying to build his ranking back up, get going. Sam has been a solid contender in the top 50.
Oh, look at that sock serve, real time.
The sound of the serve is just something else. From the American guys, you hear it a lot. The sound is just a big boom.
especially indoors. And take a look at those points. Both these players winning 100% of the points when they get their first serve in.
A little bit of a bailout there from Sam. He got the depth on his forehand against Jack and got a little bit moving out wide to his forehand and just should have probably gone for the safer play instead of trying to go for the bailout down the line, easy winner.
That forehand goes well long, 6 service games, 6 holds, 3 apiece. I'm feeling a 9-point tiebreaker. You?
I am as well. That's the thing you want to see at worst case scenario for men's singles is to get to the tiebreaker here in World Team Tennis. You don't want to see a break anywhere. So we'll see who comes out on top on that breaker if it gets to that point. Great direction with that forehand from Sam. Being able to get Jack out wide to his backhand. Jack's weaker side is the backhand side, and Jack left it short to let Sam run around and have that inside in over there.
Sometimes the weaker shot is the backhand, but in order to get it to the backhand, you got to go to the forehand corner first.
See, I'm a fan of playing the strength, which I like to play the strength to go into the weakness. That's how I like to play, but it's tough against Jack, who has a very heavy forehand. But I think in the forehand-to-forehand rally, personally, I think Sam has the advantage there.
First little opening here for the receiving player, 15-30, and with no ad scoring, you get one of the next 3 points. You got yourself a break point. That would be for Sock.
Way to hit behind Jack. He was bolting to that forehand side, and Sam kept his nerve and just went right behind Jack to get the easy short ball. That's just too good from Sam right there. He's ripping that forehand. He's coming in behind it, giving Sock no breath of fresh air there.
It goes behind him on the volley. 2 straight points. Now 2 game points for Sam. The tennis is really fast right now, taking that serve so early.
Well, if you notice, Jack changed his serve return position. He was staying back pretty deep in the court on that second serve, but that time he stood up on the baseline and took a rip at that forehand.
Receiver's choice, Sock taking it on the ad side.
I think we just did a commentator's curse right there. We were calling the breaker and then Sam where he gets broken there.
Way too quick, but I think Luke Jensen and the Empire will take it once his forehand will eventually go in the net from Sam. And he launches that ball into the ceiling. We are indoors, so it won't go out of the stadium. Here it goes. I think I've seen you do that a couple times, Coco.
Not during this event, but I definitely have done that.
Luke Jensen, our favorite coaches here at World Tennis.
He's one of the more vocal coaches out there, cheering for theirs constantly.
The 15. All.
So he doubles on the first point, but now 3 straight for Sock in the Empire. Now 3 set points to take this first set 5-3. Jack Sock gets the clutch break in the 7th game, serves it out to give his team a 5-3 early lead. Jack Sock, the Empire, another look at that heavy forehand. And next we got women's doubles, gonna be our first look at Kim Clijsters.
Also at this time, I'd like to give a special happy birthday to the man who provides...
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do you need to hear Coco? Bit of Peshka. Yeah, they need a mic check.
Sorry.
She's getting on right now.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Jack. Oh.
I'll get it. You'll get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet your competitors on set number 2 women's doubles. We'll begin with the New York Empire, and a player that was #1 both singles and doubles in her career, a multi-time Slam champion, to the right of the chair, Kim Clijsters. To the left of the chair, representing the former world number 1 and all-time Grand Slam champion, Vera Pesci. 30 seconds.
One set in the books. Here comes the second set. It's going to be our first look at the current Hall of Famer, Kim Clijsters, women's doubles, 6-time Grand Slam champ, 2 in doubles. And before we get there, let's revisit that singles set we just saw. Jack Sock took that 5-3, and we've been tracking all these players, see who moves more. Slimmest of margins here, but Jack Sock moved 3 feet more, Coco.
It's just the player he's playing against. Sam is definitely going to be dictating a lot off of his serve, and Jack is just quick. He's hustling down balls. He's hitting those slice forehands, slice backhands, trying to get that extra ball to get Sam to miss.
So Jack Sock, second in the league in men's singles, looked good again here today. They have an early 5-3 lead. Now he's going to cheer on his teammate Kim Clijsters, who's going to be playing alongside Kiveta Peška, and they're going to be taking on Ajla Tomljanovic, Monica Puig. Interesting stat here, the Empire dead last in women's doubles, winning 35%. That's interesting because 2 of their 3 women are former world number 1s in doubles.
It's crazy. I mean, that's what happens in team tennis. You might be better on paper, but with this format, anything can really happen out here.
It's going to be Puig to serve to Kim first.
That's just Ajla not being in the right place. She was pinching the middle a little bit too much. It's to Kim's forehand. It's easier to hit line off of that forehand side when you're playing the deuce.
I said that the Empire in 9th place in women's doubles. The Rollers are in 8th place. That's second to last, only winning 40% of their games. Puig and Tomljanovic actually lost their last 2 sets 1-5. So a little bit of a struggle bust for them as well.
I'm really going to like this team of Kim and Kiveta. Kiveta is so solid around the net. You're not going to see any big power, but you're going to always see her in the right place at the right time, executing the volleys. That's what her job is, following up Kim's powerful ground strokes.
It's a double special right there, taking the ball early. Kiveta Peška, 44 years old. Are you going to be playing at 44, Coco?
Heck no. I will not be playing at 44. She loves it, though, and you know what? She's winning. What can you say that goes wrong at 40, 44, 45? As you can see, it's just she's probably going to kill us for telling her age out here.
I blew it on that. That's
Oh,
my fault.
man.
She's currently
Faux pas.
23 in the world. Definitely still making a great living out there on tour.
That was a savvy play by Kiveta. Throwing up the lob, seeing Ajla, trying to pinch the middle, and dealing with Monica's pace. Kiveta's not going to want to be at the baseline during these plays, and the easy way to come in is throw up a lob over somebody that's not comfortable at the net.
Kim Clijsters, 2003, #1 in the world in singles and doubles. Kiveta Peška, #1 in the world in doubles in 2011, 34 career doubles titles, and we have a little Geico timeout here.
Right now, Kveta needs to hold this serve. If they can get Kveta's first service game under their belt, I think the Empire will really do well in this doubles. That was a good attempt to take that backhand down line at Kim, test her skills at the net to see if she was ready to even take this ball. As you can see, she was ready, took the angle away from them, played down the middle. Middle's a great play in doubles.
You don't see a lot of women serving volley in doubles. Peshka's certainly comfortable doing that.
Especially coming behind a 96-mile-an-hour serve. And against two singles players. Singles players return a serve are so much better. There's so much depth to their shot. They see the court a lot bigger. And she's confident in her hands, and that's why she's such a good doubles player.
Kim Kleister is dealing with a little bit of an injury. You might be thinking, hey, why wouldn't they go with Kim to serve first? She has an abdominal strain, nothing too serious, but she's having a little trouble with the serve. They actually thought that she might serve underarm the other day against you guys a couple days ago. She didn't. Kind of just putting the ball in.
Thank goodness she didn't. I don't know if I wanted to deal with the underhand serve the whole match.
You like a good lob, Coco. That one was pretty good right there.
I like a good lob because it's something I don't do that often.
Oh, okay.
I always like to see things that I don't do that often. If anyone knows me, I like to hit through players, but a little bit of field, I like it. I like it a lot.
Deciding point, break back point for the Rollers. Don't like the let. That one certainly went in the favor of the Empire there. A little redirection.
See, that's the let court kind of tennis that on the receiving end of it, you hate. But as the server, you love. You had the easy put away for Kim right there on top of the net, ready to execute.
Don't even have to say sorry. Lets her in play. You just play through it. They consolidate the break. They're up 7-3. Look at Tim Blankiron. Vegas resident, coaching his home team here. Down 4. You're the Rollers. Get a hold here, stop the bleeding a little bit.
A little bit. It's tough in World Team Tennis, but definitely stop the bleeding here. Isla needs to get a good service game in here. Lots of first serves will definitely help. Good try by Monica trying to take away that middle ball. I'm not sure if she was actually going to cross or not, but if she did, she would have had a racket on it and give Kveta a different look. And that's what you want when you're dealing with a big server like Isla. She can actually make things happen on her first serve. That mistake by Isla has Kveta written all over it. She's moving, she's juking, she's diving, and you want your person from the baseline to take a look at you to second guess what they're actually going to do. Great move.
Middle right there.
Great move by Monica. First serve in, jam Kveta, take away the middle, and execute your volley.
It's not necessarily a go, it's just you kind of pinch in and you look for it.
Yes, exactly. If you know where your server's going, it's all about percentages. Where's the least likely place they're going to go, and you give it to them.
Clutch ace there.
40-30.
From the Aussie.
Here for the Rollers.
Joined this squad mid-season, 27 years old, making her World Team Tennis debut. Peshka has a rip at that, and the rollers get a hold. We got a really nice crowd here today at the indoor facility, but I guess that's what happened when you get to see a current Hall of Famer on the court like Kim.
Definitely got me here to watch this match.
Yeah, you said it was a little early for you. Coco said she's not going to do any 9 a.m. matches, so we settled for the 11 a.m. start.
No, I love watching Kim. Doubles court, singles court, mixed doubles court. It's places that you probably won't see her when she actually is out there doing her comeback. She'll probably be mainly on the singles court, but to see her out there executing doubles plays, it's fun to see singles players and top-notch singles players do it.
So this is our first look at her serve. That first serve was 95 miles per hour. She can hit it much harder, but she's dealing with a little bit of an injury.
It's all about being a team player in World Team Tennis, and Kim being injured normally, probably to save herself, wouldn't be out there playing, but being a team sport, which tennis players aren't used to, she's sacrificing her injury to be out there to support her team and get some points out there. Huge rip by Monica there.
And let's not bury the lead. $500,000 for the winning squad. That is a nice paycheck if you're on that winning team. So it just shows how competitive it is this year that she's playing through injuries like this.
Yes, you're seeing a lot of top players play and give their heart and soul out there. The pace of Isla's ball there got Kveta a little bit jammed up. She was trying to move, take away the easy cross-court return, but jammed her up. She was expecting it more on the left side of her body, but it came over. She moved a little too quick.
3 break point chances for the rollers. That's nice.
That's a great example of 2 singles players doing a great job on the return of serve. They played 2 back, and they were ready for that second ball.
Rollers break back. 2 all here in the second set. 7-5 for the Empire. Second half of women's doubles when we come back.
As an athlete and professional tennis player, I hope to inspire others to get out, be active, and stay healthy.
The stars are out here. Match 1, day 13. Kim Clijsters. We saw Sam Queer. We got the Bryan brothers. That's a pretty sweet poster right there.
Whoever's a designer, I'm not sure what movie it was. This Field of Dreams? I'm
No,
not
The
sure.
Natural.
The Natural. I've never seen it.
Of course you haven't seen it.
Whoops.
Well done, huh?
Great job by Monica holding strong in that cross-court rally. It's not easy to do when you've got someone moving around at the net, but she did a great job holding her ground and getting good depth on that ball.
Rollers were down 0-2, 7-3 in the total column. Looked like it could have got away from them. They win the next 2 games. Puig got broken the first time around.
That's how quickly things can change in World Team Tennis. It's amazing to see, and it's actually what makes it so exciting when you're out there playing. A little sloppy there from Monica, trying to go line, but she saw Kveta trying to inch in the middle of the court during her service motion, and I don't blame her for trying to test Kveta out there at the net. Like you can see Kim here standing so close to the service line, making this court look so small for Monica right now.
Oh, a little volley war. The 45-year-old gets the final say on that one.
Hello, Kveta. Look at the hands that she has here. Racket out in front, moving forward, ready for these rips. And you know what? When you're in the right place at the right time, ready for the ball to come at you, and a little stare down at the end. I love it.
Yeah, I bet you do like that. That's from your playbook right there.
Fear and intimidation, 24/7.
Got all the angles, couple good lobs. That point had it all. Kveta angles off that overhead.
It was great to see Kim ready and waiting behind Kveta as she was moving and seeing which way she was going and having every angle of that court covered.
This time, it's the Hall of Famer with the poach. She puts the volleys away. We have 3 breaks to serve in the first 5 games here in women's doubles.
It's difficult when you're playing a doubles specialist because you get too comfortable not moving because you're too afraid of what she's going to do, as you can see from that point with the rollers.
Great deep return there by Monica.
There's nothing you can do with that. It's just kind of holding your ground is the best option. She tried to flip it up over Isla, but Isla was ready to get back and hit that overhead away. That's definitely the reason why Kveta is serving and balling. She doesn't want to deal with those deep returns. She tried to do the best she could, but the lob got over them. Kim hitting that good backhand to get them back in the point, but 2 at net definitely has a better advantage than the 1. Going for the bench there, Monica. Ruthless, it's your own team.
Yeah, interesting strategy there. That time Peshka holds her own on the forehand rally. Puig goes long, 15-30. Still an opening here for the Rollers.
So savvy by Kim. And that was great setup by Peshke. She hit it through the middle to give Kim an opportunity and give them no angles. You get no angles when you hit through the middle of the court in doubles.
Yeah, she holds her ground here on the first rip at her. Then she moves a little into the middle. Nice little touch here.
Seeing Isla went to the slice and was ready for it. Nice slider into the body there by Kveta.
Yep, only 92 miles per hour, but jams her up on the left hip. Forces the error. Now 2 game points for the Empire to give their squad a 4-game lead in the total column.
Way to handle that rip by Kveta. She threw up a little bit higher spin, gave herself time to move forward and get into the net to put pressure on Isla to do too much.
So you're the Rollers, you're down 2-4, but we say it all the time, every game counts. You'll take any hold you can get here, cut into that deficit with still 3 sets remaining after this one.
Great move by Kveta, seeing that Isla had a lot of time, had to focus on her shot, and made the move to take the cross.
It's Peshka to get this return, try to get into net. That was a good example of, even though she left so early, you just see movement in the corner of your eye forces the error.
It makes you second guess. You don't want to actually second guess while you're in swing. You want to take your first choice. Even if Kim is moving, I'm always a big fan of pick the first choice. Make the net player actually execute that volley.
Right side. 15-30.
This is another stop the bleeding situation for the Rollers. They need to hold here to keep this close, keep the game's total close.
Bye-bye.
Great depth through the middle, knowing that Monica's not comfortable at the net. It's easy play. Again, I can't say it enough in doubles. If you're playing 2 singles players through the middle, because they're not going to be looking to take that away. You can see how far over Monica is standing, trying to cover her line. As you can see, she was standing so far over, she wasn't able to capitalize on that short return from Kim, and Isla had a tough short ball.
The double specialist beat the single specialist. It is now 10-5 for the Empire. Kim Clijsters is doing it all. We're gonna see more of her in mixed doubles right after this.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is mixed doubles. The participants are former world #1 in singles and doubles and a three-time U.S. Open champion in singles. She's also won the Australian Open in 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Clijsters. Also a winner of 4 singles titles and 14 doubles trophies, and won 3 men's doubles titles. Jack Sock.
Beautiful sights into the Greenbrier Resort. They call it America's Resort. That's where we're playing all of the 45th season of World Team Tennis, a total of 66 matches over 22 days. Now we're going into our indoor facility. A little bit of rain last night. That's why we're indoors, and we are coming up on mixed doubles. Originally, it was supposed to be Monica Puig with Mike Bryan, but now it's going to be Ajla Tomljanovic going against Clijsters and Sock. That's a tough matchup for the Rollers, but you got a Bryan on your squad. You're feeling good.
I've played with Bob Bryan a few times. It's a different beast when you got a Bryan on your side, and I've played against Mike Bryan. He jukes and jives. He's making noise. He's stomping his feet. You're always looking at him. And he also had Bethany on his team. But I have to say, Bob and I took the win.
But no one's counting. So this time it's going to be Mike. They're going to need him in a big way. They're finding themselves down in the score, and they're down in the standings. They're 4-6. Fourth place team right now is 4-4. The Empire actually 4-4, along with another squad in the Washington Castles. So the playoff implications are starting to heat up here. And, you know, we said the Bryans are good in doubles. If you have Jack Sock on your squad, whether it's men's or mixed, you're feeling good too.
Jack is a phenomenal doubles player. He takes the middle so quickly, and that forehand just has so much work on it. It's hard to control when it comes to you as a net player.
Just a couple days ago, you and Ryan Harrison took on the same team, Clijsters and Sock. Didn't get the win. That's a tough team.
It is a tough team. It was very difficult to deal with Jack's play, and Clijsters was so solid at the net. I had never seen her play doubles, so it was surprising to see how solid she was and comfortable in just receiving the pace of play that I was trying to give at her. That is crazy hands by Jack. He just took an overhead by Ajla and reflexed it back like it was no problem.
Yeah, maybe next time she'll try to go around him instead of at him.
It's always fun to get a peg, though.
Is Jack one of the #1 on your list of a player you might want to peg?
No.
just curious.
It's always the guy. I always want to go after the guy if I'm playing mixed because it's kind of like a flex on him. It's always fun to get a flex on one of the guys.
That's so sick right there.
That's just set up by a great return from Kim. She hit a great angle forehand return, had Mike stretching for this volley. Jack with a great hands once again.
Coco, the Empire have so many options at doubles. They have Neil Skupski, we saw Peshka, they have Lisicki. They are first in the league in mixed doubles, 41-29, winning 59% of the games. We've only seen Clijsters and Sock. This is only the second time they played together.
I'm actually surprised by that because I think Clijsters is so competent at returning, and if you can get a few of the men's serves back, that's such a game changer in mixed doubles as the female player.
So here's my question to you, Coco. There's a let in the middle of the point. You play on, the crowd's excited, but what? You just can't do it on a serve?
Well, World Team Tennis is a lot different, but it's just, I can't get into it. I'm ready for it in World Team Tennis now, but it's basically look alive play here.
Heads up play by the Hall of Famer. Here's that kick. You know what? you're probably not seeing kick serves like that too often if you're one of the women on the court.
There is no female Jack Sock out there. No.
Oh, okay. You might be the closest thing too with the kick serve, by the way.
It's even giving Mike fits out there. It's just spinning, it's moving into you, he can move it away from you. It's just so difficult to be able to redirect it to where you want as a returner. A miss hit for the good. I don't think that was quite intentional by Isla. Yes. But you know what? It works.
Yeah, kicking so high up there. Turns out to be a perfect lob.
Hey, it's survive and conquer out here in mixed doubles for the girls.
That's good. I like that. Just bending it around Isla. We talked about them being ballers in mixed doubles. Here's a closer look at that. Struggling in women's doubles, but in all 4 other formats, they're above 50%. That's good in World Team Tennis.
World Team Tennis is all about the total score, the overall score. You can have one weak department, but if everything else is so strong, it can make up for the weakest link. That's what Mike Bryan's job is, to make Isla's service game so easy by being ready at the net, executing the volley, and maybe 1 or 2 slight juke and jives.
Especially in mix, what you're saying is it's really that net person's job to hold the serve of the server.
Correct. It's very much their job, making sure that they're getting involved in the play. Again, Mike involved in every single point in this game so far, and taking away the middle. That's so big in doubles as the net player. Take away that middle.
Yeah, that's not a called poach. That's just looking for it and getting it any which way it goes. He's ready for the alley. He's ready for the middle.
Good, easy hold by Isla there. That gets some good motivation. Now it's back on the Empire to see if Kim can hold serve here.
Yep, goes without saying. The women's serve probably the more breakable of the 2. So their first look at Kim's serve in the mixed.
Okay, Isla, stop going at Jack.
You should have seen Coco up here.
I mean, she was almost too late for that middle ball, but she was there and made herself involved in this point. Look at her on the stretch, back in again, trying to go at Jack, but Jack is just ready and waiting for that.
Well, you don't see that very often.
Especially from a Bryan. You can see the dejection on his face.
Blame it on the lights, something with the indoor court.
Of course, it's never your fault. It's equipment, lights, court, something.
You had your list very quick there.
Oh yeah, I know it for myself. It's not my fault. Too good by Jack Sock, making himself ready for that rip up the line. Mike saw Jack try and move. He came at him. He was ready. It went deep, and Jack is just so quick around the net.
Another sweet angle volley. We forgot to mention when Bob got injured, of course, Jack and Mike Bryan teamed up. They just happened to have won 2 Grand Slam titles, ATP Tour Finals. Very familiar with each other's games.
No big deal. Good try by Isla trying to get a racket on that ball, but just too good from Jack on that service game.
Some great doubles being played here in the third set of 5 on serve 2 all, 12-7 lead for the Empire. Lucky to be joined here by former top 10 player in the world, Coco Vandeweghe. What do we got here, Coco? Going to the archives for this stuff.
Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, young Coco here. Holy cow. Hustle, hustle. Oh yeah, pumped, so ready. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Thanks for showing that.
One of the best fist pumps in the league here. Take a look at what she's done in her career. 2-time major semifinals, of course, the Grand Slam doubles champion. Anything stick out here that you like the most?
I mean, my favorite is the Fed Cup, winning that. I love playing for my country. It's one of my favorite things. My biggest goal as a sports person and as an athlete was being an Olympian, and I was able to do that in Rio.
We come back into our court here at the indoor facility in just more great hands all around. Mike Bryan gets the win in that point. She's got every shot.
She really does. She's such a complete player. She's ready to move the ball around the court, open up angles, and have everyone trying to have a hit on the ball. Jack trying to run around and take a rip at that forehand. As been on the receiving end of a few of those forehands, you hate it when your male server is hitting a second serve and Jack is running around to take a rip at that forehand. Comes at you quick.
Yeah, seen him peg a few. Nice to see Bryan get the ace here on serve 2-3.
Isla has to keep moving there. She did a good job of following Mike's return in, but you can't stay stagnant. You have to keep moving forward, especially with how much Jack's ball dips down at your toes.
You see the jumping backhand a lot, but this is the jumping forehand, Coco. You got this shot?
I don't do it with as much flair because I don't have so many whippy little things that he does on his forehand, but I can definitely do a jumping forehand or two.
A win in this set would be very nice for the Rollers. Down 4. This is the third of 5 sets.
just close the gap. That's what the rollers want to do, is just keep closing the gap on the total score. That toss was so far over Jack's head. I don't blame Isla for taking a step to the left, because when it goes that far over to the left, you're thinking he's doing the kick out wide, but he's got such great racket speed that he can move it anywhere.
So the two men hold the second time around. We're at 3-all now. And it's going to be Tomljanovic to serve, and then Kim.
This is definitely the nitty-gritty right here. It's a lot of pressure on both the girls to try and hold their last service game here. Mike not being able to put the volley away there on Jack. He's just ready for whenever Mike gets that ball at the net, he's ready to take away the middle to see if he can get a racket on it. He did there in that point very well.
Mid-season ad for the Rollers, making her World Team Tennis debut.
Total miss-hit return by Jack there, but it's hard to deal with it. It's a change of pace. It's not what you want to see. You want to see a lot cleaner ball, but Isla tried to do too much there with the second shot.
Getting hairy here for the Rollers. Down 5 already. Don't want to get broken here and give them an opportunity to serve it out 5-3. Then it would be down 7 in the total column.
Nitty-gritty, pressure's on. Second serve here.
We said the playoff implications are huge. Top 4 make the playoffs. We got 9 teams in the league. There you see the Rollers at 4 and 6. Actually, the only team in the league that's played 10 matches. There's Coco's squad at number 8. Don't count them out yet. Top 4 make the playoffs.
I like the changeup of that I formation there. It gives everyone a chance to think about what you're going to do, especially when you have Mike Bryan at the net. He's so good at being at the right place at the right time.
So much spin on that. Mike even thinks it's sailing long, but it clips the line.
How the heck did that fall in? Man, oh man, that's the amount of spin that Jack has on his forehand. It looked like it was going out the whole time, but dropped right in.
When you see Jack in that forehand corner winding up, you almost just get scared for the other team. Mike Bryan does a great job of holding his ground there.
He's one of the best doubles players in the world, Mike Bryan. I mean, they are definitely competent at net, but your heart races a little bit when that wind-up starts to happen.
Yeah, great job from Isla, a little fake from Mike. Like you said, and this is a treat for the fans. Are we not seeing the 2 best doubles players in the world, perhaps, on the court right now?
Going against each other, no less. They were partners for a long time, and you're seeing how intelligent they are around the court.
Yeah, unbelievable the star power we have here on the court. Jack Sock with 4 major Grand Slam titles, Mike Bryan with 18. Great tennis here all around.
That was a great comeback by the Rollers. Being down that big in that service game on Isla, Jack having a look at a break point, but they were just so good at net. Mike putting them in the I formation there.
3-all, love 30. We said there's a possibility they could go down 7 if they get broken, and then Kim holds, but now it's 4-3. You're back within 4, and now you got to look at the Kim serve. You love a shank winner. Isla loves that one.
You can see by the wry smile on her face. Not intentional whatsoever. It's tricky when you're going from indoors to outdoors, back to indoors. It's a different look when that ball goes up in the air, but somehow she made that shot go in.
Another thing we forgot to mention, Mike Bryan, they say the better the returner of the two Bryans, usually plays in the ad court, but he's playing in the deuce to let Isla get that ad court.
A lot of the time in mixed doubles, you're wanting to make the girl feel comfortable, put them in the best spot. Unless the guy is just so good in one corner, you just want whoever's going to be the most comfortable playing whatever side they feel the best on.
Yeah, certainly not a high maintenance partner is Mike. 3 game points for the Empire to send this into a 9-point tiebreaker. Be our first one of the day. Okay, so we got our first 9-point tiebreaker. It's first to 5, win by 1. The serving format goes 2-2-2-3. We said Kim Kleischer's been great in singles. She's 5-0 in mixed, so she's pretty comfortable out here.
It just says that they probably should have started Kim in mixed a lot earlier than they did, but she's doing a great job holding her own. It's the return to serve that matters when it comes to the girls.
1-0, Vegas.
So strong from the baseline, picking on the weaker link at the net, and unfortunately that was Isla on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, I think everyone in the stadium knew it was going at her. She can't handle it. They're up a mini break.
That was really going in. I think that was a wrong decision by Isla there, but she tried to do a little fake. Jack saw it, took her line, and just beat her with pace. Isla not seeing the ball too well on that choice.
Yeah, it's like getting fooled on a curveball in baseball. Ends up landing way in. Might get a little showboat forehand here.
Isla just getting picked on in this tiebreaker here. It's hard to kind of shy away from who's the weaker link in this tiebreaker format.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Got to be smart in mixed doubles. Completely different dynamic. Like we said, $500,000 on the line for the winning team. So if you said you're down to peg some players, I mean, there's money on the line.
Always. I mean, I do that without money on the line, but I definitely have ripped a few balls at my own teammates just for fun. I've done a lot of Fed Cups with Christina, so she was ready for it. Nicole, I have not played too much with, so she was definitely surprised when a few of them came quickly at her.
Big serve at a big moment in this tiebreaker for Isla.
Yes, Isla needs these 2 points desperately because the New York Empire are going to have the last 3 points on their serve, so Isla needs to get both of these.
Relevant stat right there. They lost their first 2 sets.
Playing with a lead in World Team Tennis is so big because you feel the deficit so much in the game total when you're behind.
3 apiece. Kleisters will get the remaining 3 points in this tiebreaker. Who can win 2 out of these next 3?
Isla needs to be moving forward there. You can see the difference in where Mike is standing versus where Isla is. She's backing up when Kim is hitting these balls. Mike is constantly moving forward. Look at her back up here, just not moving forward to take away the pace of the ball. Ooh, that was some dirty feel right there from Mike Bryan.
These are the moments we love. We love the no-ad scoring, but especially a sudden death point in a 9-point tiebreaker. And in mixed, we go gender to gender. So it's going to be Kim back to Isla in the ad core. Look at Luke Jensen getting the crowd pumped up.
It's so fun to see everyone get involved in World Team Tennis, even the coaches. Oh, ruthless from Kim there. She fended off Isla's pace, but geez, that forehand line on Mike Bryan, that's a gutsy play right there.
The Hall of Famer Kim Clijsters puts it past the future Hall of Famer Mike Bryan down his alley, and we get a big come on from Kim Clijsters.
Just surviving here from Kim, that depth on the return, and when she had her moment, stepped in and took that line. Great placement from Kim.
3 sets down, 2 to go. We're just past the halfway mark, and we're going to toss over Nick Gismondi. We got a feature for you with our 2 favorite brother combos, the Jensens and the Bryans.
Buddy, what exactly is this? Is this? Well, Kim Clijsters certainly is the natural. A little bit of time off, but she has come back in a major way and dominating World Team Tennis. She has been one of the big stories, playing through injury, looking like she never stepped away. 15-9, the Empire leading the Vegas Rollers. It's halftime indoors here at the Greenbrier. Hi, everybody. Nick Gismondi. Glad to have you with us on ESPN+. Well, this season of World Team Tennis is like no other, and it really truthfully got kicked off in March before things changed, of course. The All-Star match was an opportunity for some great World Team Tennis stars, past and present, to come together, have fun, and obviously play some tennis. Two of them, well, actually three of them, well, actually it was four of them, the Jensen brothers and the Bryan brothers, came together in an epic way and had a little bit of a catch-up at the net. Have a listen.
There's always the question, athletes want to be rock stars want to be athletes. You do both. If you could wave a magic wand all over again, would you be the greatest doubles team of all time in tennis or the greatest rock band, the Beatles, the Stones? Led Zeppelin!
That's a tough gig to beat. I think we'd be selling out the Staples Center and rocking all night.
All night.
You can't lose.
Yeah.
You show up, have a few drinks if you want. You don't have to watch your sleep. And then you got the groupies.
You don't have to do cardio. You don't have to
That's how you guys played, right?
What's a groupie?
What's a groupie?
Some of the greatest characters in World Team Tennis. Not only are they talented on the court, but great people off of it. The Bryans will be coming up to close the night out. Bob and Mike taking on Sock and Skupski in men's doubles. But when we come back, it'll be women's singles. Lisicki and Tomljanovic next here on ESPN+. That'll actually be Monica Puig filling in. We'll be back with the call after this.
Empire on top of the Rollers, 15-9. Here is how we got there. They have swept all three sets so far. We're coming up on women's singles. Originally slotted to be Lisicki and Tomljanovic, but now Monica Puig steps in. What do you think of that substitution?
It's a very interesting play, but as I just found out that Monica has the head-to-head in the WTA, and a lot of this is just matchups, and that could be if Tim looks like a rock star here, if Monica wins this set, being up 2-0 against Lisicki on the WTA Tour, so let's see if Monica can make that happen in World Team Tennis.
As a team, the Rollers are 7th in the league in women's singles. Puig is 17-23. Lisicki just 3-13 so far, so a good spot for the Rollers to cut into that deficit.
That's a great start from Monica. Getting up early in games, that's nothing to shy away from there. I know as a server, I want to be ahead, especially in that first game. I don't want to be 15-all at this point. I want to have that 30 love right here. You're going to see Sabine take really big cuts throughout this whole match. She's a big hitting player. She's going to try and move Monica around the court with her pace. That was such a great play by Monica. The 2 cross courts to the down the line to make Sabine not get too comfortable and too set in one corner of the court. Had her stretched out on that backhand. Roping her here to the forehand, roping her down the line. She had her off the middle, so she had that good precision to hit down the line.
Lisicki, 30 years old. She's making her World Team Tennis debut. Known for her big serve, in fact, has recorded the fastest serve on the WTA Tour. Did you know that, and do you know how fast it was? Don't look at my notes.
I only knew that because we just played them, and I heard it announced when she came out there. I don't know how fast it is. It has to be like 130?
131.
Oh, had another half point. Another half point.
Yeah, that's pretty big considering, you know, Serena getting there in the mid-120s. But you have not seen it get up that high in this season. I think she's nursing a little bit of a shoulder injury.
With all that tape, it's no wonder. Good absorption of pace there from Sabine. Monica does take a really good rip off of the returns. Sabine absorbing the pace and redirecting it to the open court there. As you can see, Monica moving right to left there. Sabine dictating the middle of the court with her forehand, having Monica on the ropes. That's how Sabine wants to win points. Having Monica on the ropes, controlling the middle of the court. It all starts from that first serve. First serve percentage is so big in women's tennis. I can attest because I don't always do it.
Also at one point had the record for most aces in a match. She had 27. That was back in 2015. That has recently been broken by Kristina Pliskova when she had 31 aces.
Not a good shot selection there from Monica. She's getting pushed back. You want to go high percentage. High percentage is either through the middle of the court or back cross court. Trying to go line just to get yourself back neutral was not the play there. Great placement with the serve, right on the line there, and it actually had some curve going to Sabine's right, kept her moving.
This time out wide on the deuce serve, swinging volley inside out. Monica Puig, 26 years old, of course, so well known for her Olympic gold back in 2016. And with Tokyo getting postponed one more year, she's still the reigning gold medalist. It's going to be 5 years holding that title.
Go!
A little bit of a wild forehand there from Sabine. She stepped in on that return. You could see her just move in halfway through the court. Had the advantage, just didn't get over the top of the ball to get it back down into the court.
Certainly been the issue for Lisicki so far this season, keeping balls in play. Doesn't really have a plan B, likes to stay aggressive. You can commend that, but missing too many shots so far. We've seen Lisicki lose 0-5 to Jen Brady, 2-5 to Gavortseva. If you're the Rollers, you need to get back in this. You definitely need a win, but you're hoping for a 5-2, 5-1, 5-3 win.
Definitely. It's tough with Sabine out there because she's such a hit or miss when she does play. And it's tough because you don't have really the backup of Kim Clijsters right now with her injury. So you're just hoping as the Empire to hold on to this lead and make sure Monica doesn't dent it too bad.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, stepping into that second serve, but not ready for that reply. It's not easy for Monica to deal with that pace, but you have to be ready for your opponent getting it back.
Closer look at these two with the UTR. You see Puig with the advantage. And both these players, Puig ranked a little higher on WTA Tour than the 103. So Puig certainly with the advantage here.
Puig has been dealing with a lot of injuries. I'm sure she has a protected ranking that's a lot higher that will get her into these WTA tournaments when she's ready to come back and play.
It's pretty nice right there.
Heck of a return. She's outstretched, out wide, goes cross court, but gets such a great angle on that ball. Good serve by Lisicki, but Puig ready for it, read it, stepped over there, and took a good rip at it. See, just too wild. It's time now for Sabine to settle down, make a lot of balls, stop giving Monica freebies. She needs to settle in and start making a lot more balls. That's taking pace away, rolling it a little bit more, sacrificing your pace for making balls.
Last time we saw Lisicki go down 3-1, that was against your Aviators 2 days ago. Kim Clijsters came to sub in against Christina McHale. Empire up 5 here, so they got a little bit of cushion, but we'll look out for that in case she goes down 3-1, 4-1. The good thing for Luke, still up 5 in the total column.
Luke is one of those coaches that is not afraid to sub in and out players. He uses the World Team Tennis format to the extreme and to a T and does it to his advantage really well.
Game Vegas.
double fault in the net. Lisicki's down 3-1, but the Empire are still up 16-12. Second half of women's singles when we come back.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Coco, we called it. Down 3-1 in women's singles. Luke Jensen goes to his Hall of Famer, Kim Clijsters. We're not surprised by this.
No, Kim's job here is to try and get this return to service game. You know Kim is struggling on her serve with her injury, but she needs to try and get 1, maybe 2 games for her team here.
And just one more note on Lisicki, because it's tough. We said she's 3-13 going to this match. She's a former Wimbledon finalist, 12 in the world. And I feel for Luke and I feel for her. They're going to need to get her going when they make this push to the playoffs. They are 4-4. They're right in the middle of it. So I get the idea of needing to get Lisicki going. But you got to get a win here. Not surprised by the substitution.
It's tough in this World Team Tennis format. When you start getting down, it seems like it's such an impossible climb to get back out of that hole. And Sabine getting some reps out here on the singles court with Kim's injury is a big help, but it's really now turning into a detriment with how many games she's lost, the amount of time she's getting subbed out. She needs a confidence builder.
Yeah, there's the standings right there. 2 teams at 4-4, one of them being the Empire. Last season, 8-6 was that 4th team to make it into the playoffs. Bunched up right there in the middle. Coco, just yesterday I called your match. Same thing happened in women's singles. You guys went down early. You came in for the substitution. How tough is that to come in kind of ice cold and finish off a set?
It's really difficult because your nerves are flying. I was extremely nervous. I was serving the first game I came in, stone cold, and it's a little, and you're playing against someone that's totally warm and ready. But that's what's actually so exciting as a player for me, getting out there and playing World Team Tennis, is you can get subbed in, subbed out at any time. You have to be ready. I had to throw on my ankle braces real quick to make sure those things were locked and loaded.
Go!
That's an example of Kim coming in cold. She hit a good return, but it's hard to get those feet going when you're coming in that cold with Monica being so ready to play.
Yeah, nice job for Monica. We talk about it's tough to come in as a substitute, but then you're on the other side of the net. You face a different opponent. Nice hold there. Check out the total column. Back within 3, and guess what? They got the Bryan Bros coming up in that 5th set.
15 love.
Battling through an abdominal strain, nothing too serious. That's why you'll see she's struggling a little bit on the speed with her serve. 5-1 win would be just what the doctor ordered for the Rollers. Down big in this match.
Just close the gap here for the Rollers. Just keep closing the gap. Kim, so great there. Those couple deep backhands and then rolling that forehand short in the angle, having Monica move from back up, forward. That's not always easy to do. The short angle forehand hits in the service box, and she's still so deep along the baseline, she couldn't get up to that ball.
40-30.
If Kim can get a good hold here, that will be such a momentum stopper against the Rollers. That'd be such a great effort by Kim. And there it is. Let's hope she can get it going for her team and keep this momentum going for herself.
Now, if you're Puig, you're up 4-1. We're maybe going to close the gap to 2. But I don't want to say there's pressure on you when you're up 4-2, but there's a little bit of pressure on her to get this hold, finish it, and just be within 3 when we go to men's doubles for that 5th set.
Definitely. You don't want to be in a crunch situation against a Hall of Famer like Kim Clijsters. Kim right there, getting her team involved, having the momentum and the team atmosphere get pumped up in that point. That's half the battle in World Team Tennis, is when your team gets in a lull, getting them back pumped up and with you, behind you. Monica doing way too much with that backhand, having too much time to think. You can see it all over her face a little bit right now that she's overthinking the situation. Let's get this hold, let's get back onto the bench and have the Bryans finish this and close the gap for you.
They didn't maybe go to a Geico timeout, which is down love 30. Things are starting to move fast here for Puig, facing now 4 break points to get back on serve.
Great backhand by Monica. She stayed down low on that ball and got her racket head through it to get the depth and get the pace to beat Kim down the line. Kim, oh man.
You disappointed in her?
I mean, I'm just shocked that she was not ready to be able to hit that backhand volley. She hit a good drop shot, followed it in. Monica dug it, hit it right back to her. It was almost like the eyes got way too big. It was too easy of a shot and you just relaxed a little bit too much.
Good scrambling by Monica, but that might have been the easiest shot that Kim missed all day. She's fought off 2 break points. Puig still has 2 more to go.
Kim just defending and handling the pace of Monica's forehand there so well. And just like I said, that Sabine was not doing, giving Monica the opportunity to miss. And she just held her ground, made 1 more ball, and Monica just missing that forehand there, trying to overhit it just a little bit.
Yeah, great point. Clijsters comes into sub, playing a little better defense, making Monica hit extra balls. She loses the first game, but then she wins the next 2. Back on serve 3-4, and the Empires can breathe a little bit now. They're back up 5 in the total column.
Good bounce back game from Monica here will be so key for her and her team to keep the momentum moving forward. Just sailing a little bit long there, but if you could see how Kim is able to absorb the pace, give herself a little bit of height on that backhand when it comes deep on her. Look at her throw it up just a little bit and giving herself the opportunity to go from defense to neutral back to offense. Just couldn't execute that down the line.
15-30.
Kim Clijsters in 2011 becoming the first mother to hold that #1 ranking.
She's got her family here. They just came in last week. It's so fun to see her family watching her match every single time they're out there playing.
Kim now a mother of 3, inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame in 2017. She comes out of retirement for a second time in 2020. She's now 37. She's back on tour. So great to have her here playing World Team Tennis. Oh, what abdominal strain. 98 miles per hour up the tee. That was clutch right there.
That was a great opportunity. She disguised that so well, throwing it up and pronating her wrist at the last second. Placement's key, especially when the MPHs aren't there for her. Just trying for too much there, Monica. Just feeling the pressure of what has actually happened. Being up the break, serving, and now she's stuck in a breaker here in this set. Just trying to go for too much, and Kim doing such a great job of giving her the opportunity to miss.
Puig up 4-1, drops the next 3 games, now at 4-all in women's singles. Empire feeling good, up 19-13. There's a look at Christy On and Asia Muhammad. A lot of inconsistencies here in their lineup, and here's, you know, how they look all the way up and down the lineup. Not the best numbers. That's why they're 4 and 6. Men's singles, men's doubles. It's been the best for them so far.
There's your net court again. You gotta love it, Jeff.
Of course I do. Why would you not play it on the serve? It's the same thing. Ooh, can't do it on the serve. You can do it on the forehand, backhand, drop shot, overhead, but not the serve. Whoa, you can't do it on the serve. The sacred shot of
It's
tennis.
the holy grail, the serve.
Apparently.
Monica really needs to settle in here. Make sure she's getting these returns back in play. Don't give Kim any free points. You can't afford it in these tiebreaker situations.
First to 5, win by 1.
Great depth from Monica. She did nothing wrong there, but Kim is so good at absorbing the pace, giving herself some time, flipping up that forehand to make Monica run that extra step to get to that backhand. Back behind Monica there. Again, just absorbing Monica's return to serve depth and pace and redirecting it. Seeing Monica was leaning and just hitting behind her there on the second forehand.
Great job stepping in, getting her weight behind that forehand. Great effortless power.
I mean, I know when I saw Kim winning all those Grand Slams and coming back, she hugs that baseline so well, redirecting pace, hitting behind her opponent so well.
She's up 3-1, just a couple points away from giving her team a 7-game lead. Getting into it. They're just loving everything that is coming off the strings of the Hall of Famer. Key point there for Puig, 2-3 now.
Monica getting let off the hook a little bit there. She was rolling those balls. They were landing a little bit too short. Kim trying to take her first opportunity and stepping into that forehand, just missing it a little bit long there.
Now goes back to the racket of Kim Clijsters. 3 serves for her. Whoever can win 2 out of these final 3 points will take this breaker.
Kim is doing such a good job of controlling the middle of the court with that forehand. Like I said, she hugs the baseline so well, but the second she gets an opportunity to move her weight forward into the court to redirect, she's doing that phenomenal here.
Little racket chuck from Puig. You can't blame her. She's up 4-1. She ends up losing 5-4 in women's singles. Another look at that serve plus forehand combo right in the corner.
This is not easy at all. Kim falling off her back foot there, but she closes the gap there for her team and extends the lead.
chairs left, the winner of 119 titles, the 16-time men's doubles Grand Slam champion, Bob Bryan. And to the right of the chair, his brother, the winner of 124 titles and 18-time men's doubles Grand Slam champion, give it up for Mike Bryan. As a reminder, if the trailing team wins the final set, it would force extended play. Keep that in mind as the set moves on.
Tough end of the match for Monica Puig. She's up 3-1 against Lisicki. She ends up being up 4-1 after she wins that first game. And this is just a great image of what it's like in World Team Tennis, where you don't get it done for your team. It's a tough moment.
It's really tough. Us tennis players, we are not used to being on a team, and she's not wearing it well about letting that lead slip away. It's really tough, but you got to just suck it up right here. Be up for your teammates, because you know what? When they look over and they see that, they want to see positivity, because there's overtime. You can still get this back.
Great point. That's going to be extended play, and that'll happen if the Bryans can win this match. I think they've won some doubles matches in their past. This is crazy to think right here. We got Sock and Skupski versus the Bryan Bros. New York Empire actually ranking first in the league in doubles. I think we have the three best men's doubles players in the world on the court right now. Treat for the fans.
It's such a treat. When you see good doubles and how it's played, it's so fun to watch. You're going to see that a lot from the Bryans, doing a lot of crossing, a lot of moving. Jack just too good, waiting to take that ball out of the air, and Bob just having a really tough first volley there. Every leg court, Jeff, is going Jack's way. You liking that?
We should replay the point. Why wouldn't we replay it at that point? Let's just waste more time.
There you go. Good serve from Bob, using his lefty spin to spin away down the tee there.
First look at Bob Bryan and Neil Skupski on the court for this fifth set. And if you want any indication of how deep World Team Tennis is, the Bryans are 5th in the league in men's doubles, and they've played every game for their squad. They're 42-42. The Empire, Sock and Skupski, have played every game for their team. They're 36-31. It's 54%. Slimmest of margins in men's doubles. Obviously, the breaks don't come a lot of 5-4 wins.
That was a great return there by Skupski. He got it down at the toes of Bob Bryan, who was trying to serve and volley there, trying to make him pick up that volley. And when you have Jack Sock up there at the net, it makes it that much harder to make a clean shot. Jack trying to be a superhero there and beat Mike at the net down the line.
Deciding point, you think he's taking it?
Oh yeah, Jack is definitely taking this. He's a better returner, he's got the bigger ball, he's got more variety in what he can do with his return. I formation here. Great serve by Bob. Way to hold strong on that service game and get one on the board for his team.
By the way, if you want to pick up your World Team Tennis merchandise, Go to WTT.com. Check out some of those retro looks. Can you cop me some Aviators gear, Coco?
I got a Aviators koozie that I'm really enjoying there, but I definitely got a hat or two with your name on
A
it.
koozie? Yeah, I'm not really a hat wearer. I'll take a koozie, though.
I wanted the koozie. I wasn't offering that.
Oh, I thought you maybe had a couple.
You're going to see a lot of 1-2s on Jack serve, and by 1-2s I mean serve and first volley from the Skupski player at the net.
There's Neil Skupski putting that volley away, just like you said. Big serve, pinches middle, easy put away for the younger Skupski brother. The older one, Ken, the lefty. He's playing for the Orlando Storm.
Nothing you can do there on that service game. Jack is going to be doing that every time on his service game if he can, just having such easy points and easy plays. The look is going to be on Neil's serve. That's the chance that the Bryans are going to get.
Rollers are down 7. If they can win this final set, we'll go into extended play. Explain that a little later if it becomes relevant. You don't see that often. Even when you go hard at one of the Bryan bros, usually they can handle it.
Their hands are so good at the net, and what they do so well is they cover each other. They move with each other. Unfortunately, Mike got stuck there moving backwards. He wanted to serve and volley, but was moving backwards, and Bob was just not ready for the pace that was coming at him. Such a good move. It wasn't a called play, as you can see, because Mike was still over there on that side, but Bob just having the instincts of taking that shot away. Here he goes. Jack is set. He just starts moving, pinching, and then just goes. There again, a tough volley for Bob, but as I was saying that Isla was not doing, Bob is moving forward as he does. Split step, move forward, sticks the racket out. It dribbles just past the net, but it's such a good play because he's ready and on top of the net. It doesn't get old watching the Bryans play, does it?
Yeah, please don't retire.
I mean, this coronavirus is just helping them keep playing for us. Oof, filthy return there. He just was leaning on that backhand, had it in his sights, and just ripped it line there.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Sock and the Bryans. This guy, Neil Skupski, MVP of the league last season for the men. Currently ranked 29 in the world in doubles, got to a career high of 27.
Neil also playing consistently on the ATP Tour with one of the best doubles players out there, Jamie Murray, the brother of Andy Murray. And you get so much experience because Neil was definitely the younger guy coming up, having that kind of leader out there on the doubles court to help you, teach you, get you comfortable, and get you confident with yourself.
Made the semis of the 2019 US Open with Jamie. Lost the second round the Aussie Open this year. That one had it all.
That had everything, but you can see the difference in how the Bryans move in comparison to Neil and Jack. They're moving in unison. They're not getting tangled up. You can see here, Jack gets a little bit tangled up on this cross-court forehand from Bob, and he's just out of position.
Coco, I just realized something very strange with the Bryan bros right now. Can you spot it?
No, I don't know. Are they wearing the wrong jersey?
No, they're not playing their normal sides.
Oh, they switch up all the time.
Do they?
Yeah, they switch up all the time. I mean, I don't know what they started the year, but I know certain years they're playing one side, other years they're playing the other. Maybe it's because in mixed, Mike was playing the deuce side.
I didn't realize that they switched that often.
Yeah, they used to have both the forehands in the middle for a long time, but then they switched it up and love the run around the backhand to hit the forehand.
They've won 16 Grand Slams together, and I'm very curious as to how many of those 16 were on what side. I got to think it was with the forehands in the middle, Mike on the ad and Bob on the deuce. That's just a guess from me.
I'm just going to equate this to Tiger Woods changing his swing after he won all those tournaments. It's like, got to change it up. You got to keep things interesting. Rafa Nadal talks about that all the time. You always have to improve, even if you are the best in the world. Sorry, you're not sorry on that leg court.
Yeah, do you have to say sorry when it just kind of goes with the rules?
It's tennis etiquette.
Yeah, you're right, it's tennis etiquette.
No one's ever sorry.
Are you the best example for tennis etiquette, by the way?
Of course. Of course.
In New York, present please.
4 games, 4 service holds. Check out the quick hands by Jack Sock at the net.
Mike going down the line, but Bob was not ready to take that middle.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
The Wolfpack's hunting.
Here they come.
Fires, baby!
42 years old, 18th season playing World Team Tennis, and this is just unbelievable. 16 Grand Slams together, 18 for Mike. That's the most of all time, with Bob's 16th. That puts him in a tie for second with 1/2 of the Woodies. Quite the list right there.
It's something to admire. It's crazy to think that they were so dominant for so long, and now it's finally coming to an end. The swan song is starting.
Since we're up by so much, a couple trivia questions. Which slam, I don't think you saw there, it was really quick. Which slam have they won the most?
I'm going to say Australia.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go.
6 of those, 5 U.S. Opens. I got an even better trivia question for you. What was Bob's career high singles ranking?
I did see a throwback Thursday from the U.S. Open where he was playing singles, I believe, against Agassi. It was quite funny. And I think his career high, I'm going to guess, in the 90s.
116, and for Mike, it was 246, both in year 2000. On serve here in men's doubles, 22-16 lead for the Empire. Nice job with those questions, Coco.
I feel like my next career is going to be on a trivia show.
Maybe if it's tennis.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing so well in the tennis. Maybe I need other fun facts to guess.
Skeet shooting.
Oh, heck of a serve. It looked out from my angle, but you know what? The Hawkeye here is making the call, so there will be no McEnroe moments.
Wind up from Sock on the forehand. You never know where he's going. Bob in the right spot there as he goes for the angle.
Great hustle there from Mike, getting that extra ball back, and Neil just trying to do an over-the-top volley there instead of just sticking it. Definitely comes a lot quicker when the Bryans are at the net coming at you.
I didn't even get a good look at that. Was
yeah.
that one continuous swing? That was all good, right? The Empire point?
Yeah, it was weird. They stopped playing.
That. Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's that forehand. There's nothing you can do. I mean, that forehand comes with such velocity, and he hits it so well inside out. And if he's able to find it because you didn't hit a good enough return, you're going to be on the defensive real quick.
It's not often you see a ground stroke winner against two players on the other side of the court. Gets the hold 3-all, 23-16 in the total column. Bryans need to win this set to force extended play. If they do that, they got to win as many consecutive games as they need to tie up the score. Here's a closer look at that. If you're down in the total, but you win the last set, you have the opportunity to win as many consecutive games as needed to tie up the score. So, and another great return there by the Empire. If they were to win 5-3, it would then be 23-18, and they would have to win 5 games in a row. And while they try to do that, the Empire would just need to win 1 game to shut the door. And this is an off day for the Aviators, so maybe you're not rooting for extended play. Coco's got a tee time to get to, guys.
I've become an avid golfer while I'm here. I'm enjoying everything that the Greenbrier has to offer. I've done a lot of outdoor activities here. Being stuck in quarantine, I'm using every advantage that the Greenbrier has.
Good call.
Jack just not getting his feet up to that forehand. The Bryans both at the net. You really got to get your feet up to that forehand. It's a different pace when it comes from a volley versus a ground stroke.
Wow. Hard to get power on that backhand overhead,
That
but
is
made it look
not
easy.
easy to do, but you know what? I'm sure they've been in a lot of different situations, and being one-handed, it definitely helps that they're comfortable letting go with that left hand and being able to snap down on that backhand overhead.
We talked about the Greenbrier, so pumped to be here, all under one amazing resort.
This is like a crazy summer camp that I've never wanted to be a part of, but I'm having so much fun.
Crazy summer camp where you have the opportunity to win $500,000. Pretty competitive.
I never did a summer camp growing up for tennis, so now here's my experience.
We've seen players enjoy horseback riding, golf, you is skeet shooting. We saw some falconry. I've never even heard that word falconry before, but it involves falcons.
It's a new adjective that I had no idea existed, but it exists in West Virginia. Jack just so quick there to take that volley. He had no business being across the court, but he's so quick and has great reach to be able to get there.
Going to his left, still getting on the outside of that ball for that angle.
30-15.
Big hold here. If they get the hold, they ensure the idea that they need to then get broken 3 times in extended play. If the rollers were to break here, then it would just be 4. It would be 5 games with just 2 breaks. If you're following me.
See, like I said earlier in the match, this is a service game that the Bryans can get into. Neal's serve is not as dangerous as Jack, so you're able to get some good looks at it at a return standpoint. Jack is not the doubles volleyer that Neal is, ready to take and put away everything.
Geico timeout. You're always in it because extended play, and this is big. I just said if the rollers can break, it'll be 23-18, but they'll serve first in extended play. That means they would need 3 holds in 2 breaks. That's a lot different than winning 5-4 and then needing 3 holds and 3 breaks.
That was a great call for the I formation. They've been doing regular standard positioning and doubles, a little change up just to take some pressure off Neal and getting Jack more involved. He stayed middle here, didn't move too quickly. That's the key in I formation. You stay middle just for a beat to make them double guess on where they're gonna actually hit.
That might have been one of the easier volleys he's had all day long. Misses it, we got a deciding point.
But you know what? That's what matters in team tennis is you get those deciding points. You need to execute on it here for the Bryan brothers.
Bob, we say, is the better server of the 2, but then you hear all the time that Mike is the better returner. He'll take this in the deuce side.
Totally guessed wrong there for Mike, but you know what? It takes some guts to get up there and hit that serve and execute it really well for Neal.
Yeah, I think when you see the I formation, you tend to lean towards the T. That kind of is the bread and butter play. He goes out wide, he gets the ace. We have a 9-point tiebreaker. First to 5 win by 1. The rollers will now need to win this 9-point tiebreaker and then win 6 games in a row to force a super tiebreaker and then win that. That's easy, right?
Yeah, it seems super easy. Just getting it down on the toes. Bob was not able to get up to the net quick enough to be able to have a good hit on the volley. It was quickly at his toes and he couldn't pick it up.
Look out. Bob just said free pizza for everyone.
Great reaction there from Mike, ready for that extra ball to come back, closing here to take it away. Look, close, hit. And look, they make it look so easy.
42 years old, still so explosive in those small spaces and doubles, evident there on that volley. Just angle volleys galore here.
When you have 2 people back at the baseline, you want to hit that first volley short because they have so far to run to get there. So Neal doing a great job in angling that away.
You don't see it on TV very well. You see the spin, but when you're in person, you can feel how heavy that ball is coming off his strings. I heard he strings his racket in the 30s. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I had no idea. That's crazy loose. I string about 60 pounds on my racket. So,
actually?
Yeah.
I think most people are in the 50s, right?
Well, it depends. If I'm at home, it's like 56, but when I'm playing, there's a little altitude here, so I'm a little bit tighter in the string tension.
Good to know. I think that might be on the tighter side of the players, right?
We'll have to do a poll of how everyone strings their rackets.
And I want to pull on the lets. Actually, you probably have a good idea of the players. We're only 2 points away here from the Empire. You think most players like the Lets or don't like the Lets? The Lets in play, of course.
It depends if you're on the winning side. I only don't like it because I've been on the losing side of it recently. I certainly don't want one of my serves to pop up and them get an easy freebie on me.
3 points apiece. Empire get the final 3 serves here. If they can win this tiebreaker, the match will be over. Crazy to think if the Empire close this out, the Bryans are going to have a losing record, winning less than 50% of their games. Just shows how much talent in this 45th season of World Team Tennis here at the Greenbrier.
Great team win for the Empire here. They did a great job picking up the slack where it was. Kim coming in, I definitely think she's player of the match here.
Unbelievable effort all around. They sweep all 5 sets. And like you said, Kim Clijsters is playing in 3 of those sets. She wins in women's doubles. She wins in mixed. She comes in down 3-1. She ends up being down 4-1, and she wins the women's singles match 5-4. No doubt about it. Guaranteed rate player of the match. And when you receive that honor, we get to hear from you. It's going to be Nick Gismondi and Kim Clijsters. Little post-match interview as the Empire huddle in there and improve to 5-4. Kim Clijsters, we're going to hear from her after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Coach J.L. Leander at 2:30 in the VIP tent. Again, at 2:30 p.m., a special Q&A with Springfield head coach J.L. Leander. One final time, please exit the facility behind the New York Empire bench towards that garage door that's open. Please scan your ticket out so we can scan your ticket back in when we go outside. We'll see you at 3 p.m. for the next match, Orange County against Philadelphia.
World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that right now, Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico can already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by Chosen Foods. Join them in their sun-drenched utopia and visit chosenfoods.com. The avocado celebrated.
25-17, the final. Kim Clijsters playing a big part in that here on day 13 for the New York Empire as they continue to stride towards the playoffs. Glad to have you here on ESPN+. Nick Gismondi with you post-game indoors at the Greenbrier. 2 more matches coming up today. We'll be outside for those coming up as long as the weather continues to cooperate. But right now, it's time to talk to Kim Clijsters, our guaranteed rate player of the match. Kim, another fantastic performance by you. You come in down 3-1, go down 4-1, and then come back to win. What was the mentality for you throughout that set?
I think, once you get put in that position, you just try to go play point by point. And I kind of, after the mixed doubles, I was like, all right, I'm done for the day. So I had to get my mind and my body ready for it again. So some easy mistakes in that first game that I played, but I was able to work my way into that short set and grind it out for the team.
Kim, you have quickly become the story this season of World Team Tennis, not only by the way that you're playing, but you're also gutting through a little bit of an injury right now. How are you feeling? And just talk to me about you being the intrepid competitor you are and keeping it going.
It's a little stomach muscle strain, nothing serious, but just annoying on the serve. So I'm just, trying to do as much as I can, in between. We had a day off yesterday, do a lot of rehab, do a lot of exercises, and just give myself the best opportunity to be ready for my matches when I have to.
In this back half of the season now, as the push for the playoffs intensifies, what's the mentality of you? What's the mentality of the Empire? You guys got this in you?
We have an awesome team. We have a lot of fun together. We work hard. We train together. There is a good vibe within the team, and it's I wouldn't want to swap to be on another team. So Jack did really well today. We have the guys are great. Neil does so well when he's playing as well. So it's just we have a great team, and the atmosphere, it's a lot of fun.
Kim, thank you very much.
Thank
Our
you.
guaranteed rate player of the match. Keep it going.
Thank you.
Fantastic
Thank
effort
you.
from Kim Clijsters today. Wins all 3 that she was in, including a huge comeback in singles. More from the Greenbrier when we come back. Jeff and Coco will wrap it up after this.
Impressive showing for the New York Empire. It started off in men's singles, then women's doubles, and then 3 straight sets in a 9-point tiebreaker. They win 25-17. Let's check out some of the highlights here. I said it started out in men's singles. Sam Querrey and Jack Sock, 2 big hitters in this one, Coco.
Definitely. Sam came out playing really well, but Jack just absolutely
digging and grinding for that service game. It was definitely directed around first serve, first ball, but Jack was just able to get his teeth into this match and get the one break.
Yeah, here's that 3-all deciding point. The forehand goes in the net. He launches a ball, and then Jack Sock will serve it out and get the 5-3 win. So they're up by 2, and now we head into women's doubles. Some more frustration for Sam. And in women's doubles, these are two parts of this squad. They struggle a little bit, but this is when Kim Kleister starts to shine.
This is a great example of 2 singles players against people that actually understand doubles. The girls on the rollers, they were trying their best to hold their ground from the baseline, but when you've got players that are moving and taking the middle like Kveta and Kim, it's hard to still stay positive and pick the right shot.
Yeah, they fought well, they kept it close, but here they are down 2-4, 15-40. And Kim Kleister's just showing off all the shots. She's got the dip. The lob goes up, she lets it go, they win 5-2, but Kleister's was not done. Now we go to the mixed doubles, and she pairs with Jack Sock going against Mike Bryan and Monica Puig.
It was a substitution by Isla. She came in and she tried her best. She was throwing everything she could at Jack, but Jack just with the hands, he was so good, so solid. Isla was just a little bit too weak at the net when they actually came in and picked on her.
They're up 4-3. It goes to a 9-point tiebreaker. Another example of that heavy spin from Sock. It fools Tomljanovic, and here's the set point. That's the first set point, and now we go to a deciding point for the set. Kleister serving out wide.
She was lucky to flip this ball over the Bryan's head and just rip this forehand down the line.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the best points of the match. So cool to see the Hall of Famer get pumped up like that. Great camaraderie here with the Empire, showing off some dance moves. Now we go to women's singles, and it's first going to be Monica Puig taking on Sabine Lisicki. Puig looked good to start.
Puig looked really good, but Sabine was helping her loads. She was not making enough balls, not giving Monica an opportunity to miss. Sabine just needed to be a lot more solid. So a substitution was Kim Kleister. She came in, held her ground, and made Monica think. And when it got tight and got close, you don't want to be going up against a confident Kim Kleister. She's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
She was down 4-1 in that set, and there's a look at another forehand winner from Kleister. So now she's won 3 sets in a row. We go to men's doubles. We said we got 3, possibly the best doubles players on the court right here. And New York Empire, their men's doubles is the best in the league so far, and it showed here.
It definitely showed here with the net reaction. The Bryans get the upper hand here on this net play, but they were so good at taking away the Bryans down the line and movement on their return to serve games, and just held serve and just finished up the match and cleaned up.
Great look at Sock right there at the net. Here they are in the 9-point tiebreaker. Bye-bye. Overhead is good. They win 5-4. They win the final 3 sets 5-4. They take it 25-17. Here are updated standings. Vegas Rollers dropped to 4-7. They only have 3 matches left. Top 4 make the playoffs. It's bunched up the middle, and there are your Aviators in the 8th spot. Not done yet.
Never done in World Team Tennis. That's the theme of how it all goes here.
So the Empire win 25-17. We are going to come back one more time and wrap things up here at the Greenbrier. Another look at that final score, and another look at the beautiful Greenbrier, 25-17 for the Empire. They win all 5 sets. Such an impressive showing for them. So we're way past the halfway mark. They're 5-4, 5 more matches for them. We're highlighting those 3 matches against Chicago, Orlando, and Philly. Those 3 teams with a winning record and currently in the playoffs. They got a day off on Monday, and then they finish off against the Philly Freedoms on Thursday. And for the Rollers, they are 4-7, only 3 matches remaining. They got Chicago on Sunday, Lasers on Monday, day off Tuesday, and they finish off with the Washington Castles. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. Impressive showing for the New York Empire, sweeping all 5 sets against the Las Vegas Rollers. Jack Sock got it going, and then Kim Kleisters put her stamp on it. She won all 3 sets she played. One of them, she was actually down 4-1. And that is going to do it for our first match on day 13 here at the Greenbrier. Big thanks to everyone in the truck and, of course, around the stadium for Nick Gismondi and Coco Vandeweghe. So much fun having her join us on the call. I'm Jeff Chisever. Thank you for tuning in. It is the Empire over the Rollers, 25-17. We will see you next time. World Team Tennis, 45th season.